You know, I realize I don't like quizzes. This is more of just, yeah, it's a quiz it's intense. All right, this is not a quiz, it's more like just fun game. Okay.
Where the hell did that come from?
Hey everyone, I'm Justin Hartley, and today I'm taking a character quiz. My characters made decisions that were scripted for them, and today I'm gonna see if I would make the same choice.
I don't know what it is about you. I feel like you're easy to talk to, you know? I can just open up.
I feel the same way, Ty.
Okay, yeah, I remember trying to figure out what the reaction would be. We all just kind of thought that a funny reaction would be no reaction at all. There they go, right up there. This is actually the first time Catherine and I met each other. No kidding. We shook hands, we introduced ourselves. We've been friends ever since.
I'll hold my butt crack open for you anytime you want, Carla.
Where did you come from, Ty Swindell?
I forgot about the whole hand in the hair thing. That's funny. That's actually really funny. I haven't seen that in years, I think. I'll have to rewatch that. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Have I been in that situation? No, I've never been in that situation. But I think if I were to be in that situation, I certainly wouldn't react that way. I think I would, possibly cry. I'm not a big crier, but that might do it. You and your waxist are vibing. What do you do? A, blush and overthink. B, do I keep it professional? They're doing their job, I'm half naked. Not exactly the right time to test the waters. Again, we're vibing, okay. C, YOLO, maybe you get a date out of it. B, keep it professional. They're doing their job, I'm half naked. Not exactly the right time to test the waters. I don't even know if you could be vibing with a wax. I mean, I don't know, I'm sure that's happened before, but they're definitely there to do a job, that's for sure. There's no question there.
The smoke jumping, what is that?
Brody travels around the world, skydiving, into wildfires.
No, she makes me sound like a superhero or something. She's not wrong. I tell you
Yeah, the most ridiculous job in history, they wrote. Like, what could be the most ridiculous job a guy could possibly have? And we'll give it to you.
Hey, Brody. Yeah. How long are you gonna be in town for?
Just long enough for me to get my Katie girl back.
Oh, you stop it! You stop it! You're so dumb.
No, but honestly, I'm actively trying to get her back.
I forgot about this. This is laying it on thick.
All right, he's a super nice guy.
He's wonderful.
You can tell that he's creative just from his size.
You can tell he's creative from his size? I remember the writers and Adam, everybody in the scene actually being very, very receptive to ad-libbing, and they would come in and give us lines, and we would use our own, and it was just sort of, the scene was written really funny. We sort of all decided, we found comfort in a place that was sort of, just, let's make it way over the top and just make this guy the most ridiculous person on the planet. We just had a lot of fun. It was just a lot of fun doing that. I enjoy comedy, I always have. There's really nothing like making someone laugh or having someone make you laugh. There's no experience like that. And I really do think it makes you younger. I think it adds time onto your life. I think it lowers cortisol, it's all that stuff. It's gotta be true. Puts you in a better mood, everything. Laughter is wonderful. I think at that point I was doing This Is Us, I believe. And just to jump out, the privilege of doing This Is Us was incredible. But to be able to jump out and just do a comedic scene, lighthearted, like Bad Moms or whatever it might be, Jexy or whatever it might be, is sort of a palate cleanse. That's a good way to put it. You find your girlfriend having a hilarious conversation with her ex. He's annoyingly incredible. What do you do? A, cool on the outside, spiral on the inside. All right. B, acknowledge him politely. She's with me now, that's what matters, I trust her. C, game on, turn up the charm, turn it up to 11, jokes, confidence. These are all good. These are all good options. I think B, acknowledge him politely. I'm not here to play games, get territorial. She's with me now, that's what matters, and I trust her. Yeah, I think B, because that's the thing, right? I mean, if you're with somebody, everyone's got a past, right? And if she's kind of not, now what was going on here seemed a little flirty to me, but I'm old school. Yeah, acknowledge him politely and trust her. There you go. Unless you can't trust her, right? You can still acknowledge him politely, but don't trust everybody.
All right. Here's the deal. Normally, I don't eat anything with more than 99 legs on it, but I haven't eaten for days. Kind of a bummer for both of us, right?
I remember about this, all the hair bleach. Oh, the hair bleach days. Throughout this series, I slowly convinced them to use less and less and less until like the very end, I barely had any. But when I showed up, they were like, Crayola yellow. I was like, which means, it's fine, I get it for the character, but you gotta walk around in life like that. Crayola yellow hair. We just walk around in life and people that don't know you're on the show, they just think you have interesting taste. That is an origin story of Oliver Queen. He's having a reaction to a drug. They're trying to keep him alive, and he's having all these sort of like memories of his past. And he's trying to find a meal here. I think he's gonna eat that thing. And I think if you're hungry enough, you probably would. I mean, what's the alternative, right? You either eat that thing or you die and then you end up getting eaten by things like that. You're stranded on an island, you haven't eaten in days, you find a millipede, what do you do? I can tell you what I do without even reading the answers, but I'll do that anyway. Oh, A, I can't do it. I know it's a bug, I can't eat it. B, survive, it's protein, I'll eat it. C, use it as bait. Ooh, okay. Well, I hadn't thought of that. Use it as bait to catch something else. Why didn't he do that? That's what I would do. See, I thought I had the answer. Yeah, I mean, if you had the strength, I think I would do C. I think I would use it as bait. Because I guess you could, if you didn't catch anything, you could always go back there and eat it anyway. Yeah, I'd use it as bait. What is although you might be inviting predators. They see that thing and then they see you and they eat you. So, I think use it as bait. Why not? To catch what though? Like a fish? I don't know what you would catch. What eats millipedes? Smallville is near and dear to my heart. I love Smallville. I met some really great people there. I learned a lot there. Cut my teeth there, really. And when I got to that show, they were in season 6, I think. Well-oiled machine, they all knew each other. And I came on, I didn't know anybody, didn't know any of them. And they were all welcoming. It doesn't always go that way. And on this show it did. And they just, they wrote a really great character that was supposed to come on for 2 or 3 or 4 episodes or something like that, I don't remember. And then they were brave enough to bring him back and write more for him, and I ended up staying on there for 4 or 5 years. It was a wonderful time. It was great.
There's your teacher, Mr. Marshall.
You know what's funny about this is the principal's reaction. He's so proud. He's so funny. They're all very funny. That was fun. I just got called in to do a really quick scene. I think I did a scene or 2 in that movie. Throughout my career, I've been lucky. I've had these really cool opportunities to sort of pop in really quick and work with these comedic geniuses and then pop back out and go on and do my thing. All right, you meet your child's new teacher and they're incredibly attractive to you. What do you do? A, immediate crisis, try stay focused. But my face is definitely giving me away. Overanalyze everything. Oh, I mean, so you're spiraling. Okay. B, you keep it professional. There's that again. Keep it boring and professional. Sure, they're attractive, but they're also a person. I respect their boundaries and blah, blah, blah. Strategize. Now, this is a special kind of psycho. Oh, you inquire if they're single, what music do they like. So you're basically setting up a first date. What restaurants do they like? Once the school year's over, it's on. Okay. So you keep it professional. B, and boring. Keep it professional. I would do that. I mean, your kid still goes to school there, right? So, yeah, you keep it professional, I think. Right? That's the advice I would give. Keep it professional. I guess I'm bored. Am I boring? Or maybe just, I don't know. I don't like drama. I only do drama at work. I don't do drama in my personal life, really. Keep it professional, yeah.
Because all I know is if I had been there, I would have walked through literal fire and I would have pulled that man out.
Well, Kev, I guess we'll never know because you weren't there. And he died ashamed of you.
You know, I used to think the worst thing that happened to me was the day that Dad died.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Nope.
It's the day they brought you home.
There you go.
Hand to God, Randall, the worst thing that ever happened to me was the day they brought you home.
He said it twice. That is brilliant writing. That's brilliant acting by Sterling. And I was fortunate to be on set that day and be in that scene and share that with him. That show had countless scenes like that with all of the characters. All of the characters on that show were written with such delicate hands and thoughts, and they were so individual. It was that perfect. It was that perfect. And that's the funny thing about that scene, and a lot of scenes like that on that show. In between all of that, a ton of laughter. A ton. Jokes, laughter. You talk about it before, you sort of get on the same page, you trust the other actor. I knew him so well. I'd worked with him so many times before, and I love him. We're dear friends. That scene is decades of pain and misunderstanding and built up resentment and envy and jealousy and also decades of love being misunderstood and probably decades of both people being right. A lot of awful things were said in that one conversation. Of course, it could have been handled better, I'm sure, but I mean, that's family, right? Sometimes that's family. You and your sibling are in a fight to end all fights. What do? You win. No, what do you do here? You try not to cry. Well, yeah, you don't want to do that. This is any time you're in a fight. If you're in a fight and you're trying to win that fight, don't cry. Let's see, you walk away. Well, then it's not a fight, really. Walk away. It says mid-fight. Walk away mid-fight if I have to. We're both out of control. Nothing good is going to come from it. Walk away. That's smart. A lot of times it's hard to do, because even you're never going to admit that you're wrong, even though you know you're wrong in the moment, right? And you're acting like an ass. You double down. If they're coming at me, I'm coming back just as hard. Well, that's immature, but probably what most of us do. You calm down. Isn't this sweet? Wouldn't do this every time you're in a fight. You calm down, take a deep breath, you ground yourself. Even if I'm furious, we can get our points across without saying hurtful things that can't be taken back. This is Sunday school. That's great if you can do it. I know one man that I've ever met that can do that and does it all the time. My stepfather. He's great at that. Double down. Maybe a time in my life I would have done that. I wouldn't do that anymore. Walk away mid-fight if I have to. Yeah. But I learned that you have to, if you respect the person you're arguing with, you can't just walk away. You have to tell them that you're walking away and that you need a break. Because if you just turn around and walk away, it just looks like you don't care, and you're just like, you're being dismissive, like they're talking, and you just turn around and walk away. That's a different move than if you say, excuse me, I need a second, I'll come back, I'm gonna re-engage, and you take a couple deep breaths, and I'll come back when my head is clear. That's probably what I would do. Definitely try not to cry. We don't need any crying and fighting.
I spent most of my life trying to figure out what happened that night.
Your father had a lot of enemies.
Well, by the way, if you haven't seen season 2 of Tracker, turn this off right now because I'm gonna give you a big spoiler. But you should watch season 2 of Tracker, and then you'll be all caught up. But if you haven't seen it, turn this off right now, unless you want a spoiler.
I didn't work for the feds. I was just a lineman. Why? Because she asked for my help. Who asked for your help? Your mother.
Well, that's tough to swallow. So Coulter, he is trying to figure out the mystery behind his father's death. His father died a long time ago when Coulter was a boy. He tracks down this guy, Otto, goes to his house, and he's questioning him, and come to find out, Mom hired this guy or asked this guy to come over and talk to Dad about a few things, and things got heated, and he ended up pushing him over the cliff. So this information that he's given in this scene, or getting in this scene, is that his mother, Coulter's mother, was involved in his dad's death. Big news, and now he's got to figure out, I guess, what to do. Like, how's that conversation going to go with Mom? That'll be an interesting one, right? Over pancakes or something? I don't know how you do that one. You find the man who killed your father, but it's more complicated than you think. What do? You tie him up, and you think. You want revenge, you do. Now I'm questioning everything, I need time to think. Okay. B, you take him in for questioning. No one is above the law. That's very noble. C, get my revenge, I don't care who gave the order. He's a killer. I'd like to think that I would take him in for questioning, right? I mean, that would be the I guess, the right thing to do, I think you take him in for questioning. I think you got to do it that way. You got to play by the, you know, like you don't want to get caught up in that, and then all of a sudden you're spending time in prison because that's not the way the world works. I think you take him in. My advice, take him in. If you find yourself in that unfortunate situation, which would be horrible. Now you're gonna tell me what my personality is? You're gonna tell me what kind of a real ass I am? Is that what this is? The rule follower, I know, I probably am. You're the one people rely on when things get messy. That's not untrue. Not because you're loud, because you're steady, not untrue. Grounded in quiet confidence, hope that's true. Lead by showing up, following through, doing things the right way, hope that's true. These are all things that I tell my daughter, so I hope these are things that I'm doing. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.